Hello. Welcome back to another video. This is my 22nd birthday today, and I thought that I would kind of take a little look back at the video that I made last year when I was turning 21, or had just turned 21. That was a couple days after my birthday. This is actually on my birthday. And just the state that my life was in then versus where I am now. And just a couple of takeaways that I've come to in over the span of a year. So I just watched the video that I made last year, and I thought, why not come to the same spot? And I actually even wore the same outfit, just more as a why not. It was strange though, as I was rounding the corner to come and record here, I almost had a vision, an idea in my head that I was gonna run into my past self from a year ago, recording the video that I did at that point. I'm gonna hold on for a minute here. Just some runners over there. But yeah, I had the just kind of the vision in my head, and I almost convinced myself for like half a second that I was gonna walk around the corner and see myself here from a year ago recording my own video, and I convinced myself that I was like dreaming when I was gonna see it for just a split second. And that was a really weird but almost comforting feeling of, I've never, obviously, I mean, none of us have, unless maybe you've taken a lot of drugs, been able to have a conversation with your past self. And I don't think I've ever dreamt that. And it was just a really interesting feeling that I was going to do that. And so I'm going to try and take that energy into this video recording that I'm making now of just speaking to my past self, just myself from 1 year ago, sitting on, you can't see, but I'm sitting on the exact same boulder that I was then. It's the same time as well, although it might be a little bit darker now. But I think that's more, I recorded last year on my phone camera, and this year is on my Sony a6500. So the phone would have just kind of like artificially made it brighter, whereas it might look a little darker in this. Somebody unloading something over there, so hopefully that's not too loud. I'm just gonna keep recording though. So anyways, last year, I had just finished up with a date that I'd been on, one that I hadn't been on a date before that in a while. And the main takeaway that I had from that date was that I wasn't, I guess, an interesting enough person. There was a lot of silences and pauses on that date where she was kind of like waiting for me to talk, and I just didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know what to say. I felt like I should have been telling stories about my life, or that, because she was saying, oh, this thing happened to me, or I was in this situation, and blah da 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 da. And I just didn't really know what to say about myself outside of my job. And whoa, that is a little loud. Sorry if that's banging your ears out there. And yeah, so that was my takeaway, that I'm not an interesting enough person, and I need to get more life experiences. I think dad lore was the phrase that I used in that video. And I was thinking, maybe I should move out across the country and maybe like go fishing, work on a fishing vessel, or, because I also needed work, right? Or move to Alberta and fight wildfires. Something productive, a job that I would feel good about. We'll give it a minute here. Yeah, a job that I would feel good about, and something that would just give me stories that would make me a more interesting person. And I'm thinking now, and I'm happy that I'm re-recording this, because I didn't even really come to the realization when I was first recording it, that is a want that isn't necessarily centered around me. It's centered around other people's perception of me, and what I want other people's perception of me to be, right? I want to be interesting so that other people like to listen to me. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, but I do think it's a good thing to be aware of. That I was really looking at pleasing other people, or at least feeling less lonely because other people in my life wanted to hang out with me. Now, I've had my core group of friends basically throughout my life since I think I was about 10 years old and was doing triathlon. So I've always had them. And actually now, so I'll say from that video, I was looking for a job. I never ended up moving out. I did apply for the fishing job, and I was looking into doing training to become a firefighter, but I didn't end up doing it. I would have had to wait until this firefighting season this year, so this summer basically now, to get a job doing that. And that was if I started the training then, which I didn't do. And I applied for some jobs. I applied for actually quite a few jobs in that time between then and now. And 2 months ago, I had a friend of a friend, actually my mom's friend's son, had a job, and he was going to be moving to Australia with his partner. So, and, he said, he heard that I was looking for a job and said, Josh should apply here, which I did. I went down there in person, handed in my resume, and the manager, my now boss, liked me, and he hired me on. And so that work, I've been working that for about a month now. It's janitor work, essentially, with a little bit of front desk stuff in there as well. I clean the washrooms, I clean the parkade downtown, and I clean and maintain the facilities. But it's full-time work. The people that I work with are super chill. The clients that we work with are, for the most part, very friendly, very nice. And I'm happy there. It's not something that I want to do forever, but for this period of my life, I feel super fortunate to have been able to get this job. And it's also, now that I have full-time work, I make $25 an hour Canadian, which is decent enough money. I'm able to move out. So come August, I am entering into a contract for 1 year, and I'm going to be moving out with one of my friends from triathlon, potentially another one as well, hopefully, which would decrease both of our rents, which would be quite nice. But even nicer than that, it would just be really nice to have a couple of my friends that I'm living with. And I've already signed the paperwork, handed over my deposit. I have one more document to sign tonight, and I'm fully locked in on that. So, I've kind of, last video, I felt like I realized that I wasn't happy with the person that I was in my life. And now, a year later, I have started to make the changes that I feel like I needed to make, that I know I needed to make. So working full-time, getting money. A problem that I had last year was I spent a lot of time on my phone and on the computer. I haven't been doing that recently. I do a little bit on the weekends, but it's not 7 days a week. It's, usually it's about 1 day a week. And then the rest of the time I'm at work or I'm filming videos. I've been doing that recently. I'm getting a gym set up, which I have set up at home right now. Some of it I'm still getting more. That I'm going to be moving into the new place. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos that I put out recently, but I've been using that gym setup for workout videos. The last, 2 or 3 videos have been using that, and I'm super excited that I have that now, and I'm super excited for when I move to be taking that with me. I checked out the place yesterday. There's space for the setup. It's quite a big setup. So just super excited with what the future is going to hold in moving out. I feel like I'm on the edge of maturing, of becoming a better person. When I say better, I mean, I guess better might not be the best wording for it, but I mean just becoming a person that I like, and becoming a person that I don't feel is boring. And it would be great to become a person that I am comfortable with other people's perception of me. Because right now, the person that I am, I don't know if I'm comfortable with people judging me. And I would like to be somebody that is comfortable with people looking at my whole life and going, yeah, this is a good person. This is somebody that I choose to spend my time with, romantically or non-romantically. Obviously, I would still like to get a girlfriend at some point. It's been a year, that hasn't happened. I really haven't done that much dating. But I feel like I'm the kind of person I feel like I have to work on myself before I bring another person into my life in that way. And I feel like I'm finally doing that, and I'm finally making real progress. And I am definitely adopting the mindset of grind, which is interesting because I've watched a lot of YouTube in my day. I've watched a lot of people telling me to grind, and, put in the hard work, and I'm only just starting to do that. It's my birthday today. Like I said, I got home, I didn't feel, after I ate and chatted with my neighbors and chatted with my parents and had dessert. My dad made an awesome apple pie for dinner. I didn't feel like coming out here and making this video, but here I am, right? Here we are. We're doing it. And it's this kind of mindset of just fucking do it that is what I think has gotten me to this point that I'm optimistic for my future and happy with where I am right now, and will hopefully get me further in life. I'm trying to think of how I ended this on my first recording of the video. I've been a little bit more brief. I rambled a lot more that time. But, ultimately, I think that's it. Really, just you have to put in the hard work. And you have to, this is it, get a goal in your mind. You know what you need to do in your life to get where you want to be. Chances are you're not where you want to be right now in life. I could be wrong. Maybe everything in your life is perfect. But we all have goals, things that we want to achieve. Maybe it's to get in shape. Maybe it's to, get a job. Maybe it's to move out like it is for me. And you need to get that goal in your head and then just make decisions in your life that lead you towards that goal. Whenever you have the chance to make a decision in your life, just think, what choice right now is going to lead me closer to the goal that I have? And sometimes it's not always the easiest choice to make, but just make it. Just do it. And eventually it will pay off. And I hope the best for you. I hope that you're able to, if, maybe you're feeling better in life than I am right now, in which case, awesome. And maybe you still have progress that you need to make. And in that case, that's what I would recommend. I think it's really gotten dark now. I think that's the best advice that I can give. I don't know if we're all gonna make it, but I believe in you, and make the right choices in life, and you know what the right choices are. They're usually the hard ones. I never went out with that girl again, but I think in future dating scenarios, I'm going to be a little bit more believing in myself and believing that I am deserving of love and affection, and I think that's going to go a long way. Yeah. All the best. Happy birthday to me. 22. I haven't listened to Taylor Swift's song yet today. I should do that. I always told myself I'm going to listen to that song when I turn 22. Haven't fucking done it yet. Maybe I'll do it on the walk home. Anyways, today was supposed to be a push day. I don't have enough time to do that. It's already 9:30 p.m. I got to get to bed. That's my notification. That's an awesome notification sound. F1. It's new. So I'm going to do push-ups until failure, just for a simple little push day, just in the parking lot here. And I'm just going to end the video after that clip. So, yeah, all the best to you. Thank you very much for watching, and good luck in life. Bye-bye. Okay, push-ups until failure. Let's get it. I might do a couple sets, but the first set will be the longest, so see how it goes. Okay, that's one. Ooh. This is what I mean when I say grind when you don't feel like it. Fuck. Okay, we'll do one, maybe two more. They'll be shorter though, because I'm already gassed. Or at least my muscles are gassed. My chest is gassed. Whew. That's what you gotta do though. It's a very short workout. Maybe I should be editing this stuff out. I don't know. I feel like leaving it in is being more true to myself. Because it's the kind of stuff that you gotta go through. And like the quicker edits are just less authentic. I feel good right now though. I feel happy that I did that. I know the next set's gonna be easier because it's shorter. It's 9:40. I gotta get to bed. It's a very happy birthday. Alright, let's do another one. There's ants everywhere. I guess it's kind of to be expected. I'm in their domain. That's another one. Okay, we'll do one more of those. It's a beautiful night. Such a beautiful night. This is the stuff in life that makes you feel alive. Whew. I wonder how myself a year ago would feel if he saw me today. Probably relieved. But it's probably a good thing he doesn't see it. Because I don't know if he'd be able to put in the work to get here. If he knew he was going to get it. And then he probably wouldn't get it. I think I'm going to turn out just fine. Okay. One more. Okay, that's gonna be all from me tonight. So, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it to this point. I really appreciate it. You're helping me achieve my dreams, and I hope that I've been able to give you some I don't know if I'd say important, but at least interesting information tonight, and in the rest of my videos as well, especially in the stuff that's to come in the future. I've got, I don't know if I want to say big plans, because they're not big plans, but I've got plans, and I'm really looking forward to the future of this channel. There will be a future. there will be a future. So thank you for watching, and all the best in your own life. Bye-bye.